So today I'm demonstrating you a new chess product. It's not really a chess board, it is a chess analysis and replay tool. I called it the TT Deep True. Of course, many chess players will get the hint, the reference to the IBM Deep Blue. It has not much to do with it, but it integrates computer analysis with a chessboard. And one of the premium features of this game is that it can just load a PGN game from either chat input, or from a note card. So there's some note cards included in the demonstration version, and you can see how it's now loading a note card, Deep Blue versus Garry Kasparov in 1996. The importing of the PGN file is all done in Second Life script, so it's not super fast, but it is relative fast enough. You can watch the moves as they go. You can see the game build up, and once the game is fully loaded, it will allow you to just jump to any position in the game, to jump back and forward, and to analyze any position of the game. It should import almost any valid PGN file in almost any valid format. Having said that, it has been tested on most normal PGN files, but you will see it's pretty tolerant to various forms of notations. It's not really strict. So the game is fully loaded. You can see it contains of 37 moves, and finally white wins. The buttons below allow you to go to the first and the last step in game. Like I click on the first step and you go back, click on the last. And you can also use the moves themselves and click on any arbitrary move in the game. Then another feature, as you will see, is once you select a move, it says loading here, and it loads the analysis. So you can see what the computer thinks. This is not the most perfect analysis. It's a quick analysis, but the computer will think this is like a sub-optimal move. Still, it considers here, it says the best, it considers all those three moves equally well. So once you have a certain position, you could also run a full analyze by clicking the analyze button over here. It will say loading again, and it will give a list of the moves, the possible moves, and its rating in centipoints. So you have, if you have an alternative path in mind, you can see what the computer thinks. Apart that, there's like a free move ability. Once you click on the board, it will switch to a form of edit mode, where you can just move around pieces at will. You will also get like a quick load on top for every alternative path you make. You can even, by clicking over here on the color button, you can swap turns, so now you can have the same position and make an analysis for black, and click it again and you get an analysis for white. You can even add extra pieces. So suppose we want to add an extra queen to the game, we add a white queen. If you want to add a black queen to the game, we add a black queen. There's an undo button, just in case you misplaced something. And you can also go to by clicking move again, you can move pieces. Notice that moves are not validated. It would be totally possible to validate moves, but since this is an analysis tool, you can move pieces like anywhere on the board you want. Of course, this is an invalid setup. This also will lead to unpredictable results for the analysis if you put like a pawn on the 8th rank. It usually will work, but there are exceptions, like if there's no king on the board, the analysis will fail. You swap between the edit mode and the PGN mode. If you use the board, you are in the sort of edit mode. Once you click somewhere in the text panel, it will go back to the PGN file we just loaded, and we just can continue stepping. So it does not have like an alternative path in this PGN file. It will just use the PGN you already loaded. But you can jump to any position and just make adjustments to the position as you see fit and run an analysis. And again, you will always, for every change and move you make, you will have the quick analysis on top here in this top row, and you can click the analyze button at any moment and you get a full analysis loading. The menu allows you some more options if you want. You can switch to the setup mode from here, like we had. And once you're on setup mode, you can also say we want a clear board, like this. Or we maybe want a start position, like the board start position. This gives you a start position. But usually if you want to set up your own board, you will start with like a clear board, and you could just place pieces wherever you want. You also see that the board is sort of context sensitive. As soon you click on the bar with the pieces, it will change its mode to place mode. As soon you click on the board, normally when playing, it will be in move mode. And another option is of course the delete mode, where you can delete individual pieces. So you have most tools at hand, if not all tools at hand, to make an analysis. What is missing at this point is markers on the board. We do not have arrows or dots or squares. And then again, the rest of the functionality really makes up for that. It's called beta because there might be tiny bugs. I hope not. It's been tested pretty well, but as any new product, there might be some issues, and there are some plans to improve a future version, but the basic is set, and I think it's ready for release in prime time. So back to the menu, you can load other games whenever you want. It will automatically switch to loading PGN mode. Or you can have one loaded game at a time, but you can load any game you want, and if you reuse them, you should edit the board, go to its contents tab, and there you will see there are note cards inside. The note cards are called .pgn, so if you any note card you put in and put the PGN file in, can be loaded. Just make sure that the name of the note card does not exceed 24 characters. So you see in the note card itself is just a plain PGN, which you can, just like this one, copy from the internet or from your own games or wherever you got a standard PGN file from. Let me go over the menu options. So in the menu options we see the access button. The access button, you can allow access only for yourself as owner. You can allow access button for the group. So anyone that is the same group as this board could operate it, including loading node cards and change the position, or you could set access to public to everyone, and then everyone, group and non-group members, can operate the board as if they were owner, apart from changing the access mode. The reset button, it might be useful sometimes if things fail or go well, to use the reset button to clear the board state. If you have an issue with the board, just contact me, preferably by sending a note card. You can input your own fan string if you want. Instead of setting up, you can just use an existing fan setup. If you have, some people collect them, you could just input it there. You can also input a PGN in the text box, but notice that the text box is limited to 512 characters. If you need more than 512 characters, you can use the chat line and paste it on the channel. This channel will differ every time you res one or reset it. But if you need even more than 2000 characters, which is pretty common for a PGN file, just make a note card. The print fan option, that's obvious. You can display the current fan in local chat. It will display in local chat. And that's about the options you got. I kept the menu reasonably simple. So, summarizing the features, you can load a PGN file, you can set up the board at will, you can run an analysis, you can work on the board together with other Second Life players, and you can improve your chess skills by analyzing and discussing various positions.